Hello and welcome to Not Every Single. I'm Joe.
And I'm Stephanie.
We have huge news, big emergency episode. No Doubt is returning and making an appearance at Coachella Festival.
What?
Are you doing a thumbnail face?
I'm doing a thumbnail, yes.
Okay. No Doubt is back. They're playing Coachella.
This came out of nowhere. This is just like, nobody expected this. If you expected this, like, give me receipts. Like, show me a comment somewhere on Reddit.
Yeah,
you
usually
were like, I know this is going to happen.
A lot of the times when like legacy bands reunite or like, a pop group reunites, something like that, you can sort of feel it in the air. They've maybe been spotted together. There's a rumor mill going, like something. This felt like it was not only out of nowhere, but like the last band I would guess. It would be like number one, White Stripes, number two, No Doubt, as like bands that would probably never do it again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super excited for it. They've been one of my favorite bands. I was obsessed with Gwen when I was younger. And like, this is it just didn't seem like it was going to happen. She's tried a couple solo albums. She had a new single. You always said that single should have been just a No Doubt song, the True Babe.
True Babe. We have a video on True Babe. I'll throw it up right here. I particularly liked that song, especially the chorus. Pretty much the chorus is what I liked about it. But I think that the band, Tony, Adrian, and Tom, could have helped elevate that song. And I can sort of hear, like, if that song was elevated in that way, I think it would be worthy as like a comeback No Doubt single.
Yeah, so this is kind of okay, what are we going to expect out of this performance? Because they have so much back catalog. And then there's Gwen's solo stuff, which, in that way could be cool to like interpret as No Doubt.
I could maybe see them bringing in like part of a Gwen solo song into like some sort of extended No Doubt song, like doing a little like, and then they do like a little Holla Back Girl thing here.
Yeah.
Not a full song, but I think even something little like that would go a long way in like assuring that like things are smoothed out. It's all good. We're cool. Maybe they should do Cool.
They should do Cool. Tony was quite involved with that song too.
I mean, it's basically a No Doubt song. Gwen and Tony wrote it like right after Rocksteady.
It feels very, like Running. It feels like it goes with the song Running from Rocksteady really well.
Yeah, even those like really soft synth sounds feel like they fit with the Rocksteady sound.
Yeah. And a lot of the other Love Angel Music Baby stuff was like very not that way. So it kind of sticks out. I love that song.
I'm curious. I'm curious if, does any Gwen solo stuff get mixed into this performance? Do they play anything from Push and Shove, their 2012 record?
Yeah, I think so.
Their forgotten, ignored, unsuccessful 2012 record.
They've sort of like said, this wasn't, we didn't like it either,
Yeah, Gwen's definitely said that. I remember listening to an interview where she was like, I was so disappointed in that record because we just like, we weren't in it. And looking back, we shouldn't have done a record.
Yeah.
And I totally agree.
Yeah.
Like when you're dealing with a band that's like, that has this kind of important legacy behind it,
right?
It's always such a bummer when there's that last one that you're like, oh yeah, and then they like got back together and did this and it wasn't great.
Well, it came on the heels of their sort of like reunion tour. Gwen had been doing solo stuff for a while, and they, this was kind of similar to like who knows, maybe that's what's happening now, or maybe it's a one-off, but like, they all got back together and just played a bunch of stuff, and it was really cool. I saw that tour.
The pre Push and Shove tour.
Right, yeah. And so I think it was sort of this thing of like where they did that tour to kind of see if they could be a band again. And then they were like, okay, it went good. Let's do an album. And then maybe it like, once it got going, it was clear it wasn't working, but they were kind of stuck.
Yeah, I think I remember that's what she was saying is like the machine was already moving.
Right.
We were already kind of locked into it. I could see them maybe doing one song. What was that single called? Was it called Settle Down?
Yeah, that one was fine.
See, here's something. I remember Settle Down being a very like percussion heavy song, and like Tom and Tony like hitting drums in part of it.
Okay.
So you could do that and then a little Holla Back Girl in there because it's like, drumline style.
Okay, no doubt. Hire us. We can help you. We'll make your show great.
Obviously Coachella's pro shot and broadcasted on YouTube and stuff, so we're going to be able to watch this show. Coachella typically has like pretty good audio, not as good as something like watching Glastonbury, but it's usually pretty good, albeit like lacking like oomph and low end. But it's going to sound and look, pretty accurate to what this show is. So I'm interested to see the outfits, the energy. Does it look like they want to be there? Do they look happy and excited? I want them to be like close
together on the stage, not like a million miles away like they are sometimes.
I want Tony to be wearing something that involves yellow. Like
Adrian's
he's always like
be naked.
He's always rocking like he's just like, I always saw him as like bringing colors in a really cool way.
Right.
Like it always looked like colorful and sort of like 80s radical, but like he pulled it off because he was cool.
Yeah, definitely. Tony's got style. Adrian's always naked, and Tom's just kind of like in a different band, stylist, like fashion wise.
Yeah, I mean he's cool. He's underrated, but he's usually the last member to be mentioned. I don't think he
cares too much about what he's wearing. And then I'm also excited because we're gonna stay away from the whole like personal life and anything else like that. So we're not gonna get into like whether she's cool as a person anymore, but like she can really still bring it live. Like we just watched her sing True Babe on The Voice a month ago.
Yeah, that was great.
And it's like, okay, she's still just as strong of a performer. She's been always one of my favorite live performers. I've seen No Doubt twice. It's incredible what she does with her voice. She's not lazy about it. She's really cares about how each little note and phrase is done.
She still has like that body and power behind her voice. It's got that. It still has that like powerful low end. It hasn't like thinned out at all,
right.
Which is always really impressive.
Yeah. And so she has so much energy. She's always running around on the stage. I think it's going to be really fun for her also to like just be with her band, because it's not just like Tony, Tom, and Adrian. They have like the other band members that they've been playing with for so long. The like horn and synth players. I wonder like what does the stage look like? How much of their iconography is gonna make an appearance, right.
Are there gonna be like classic outfits or breaking out like the old classic Tragic Kingdom bass or like how much of that, or is this gonna be moving forward? Is this gonna be like a new thing?
Well, and then Gwen even worked with Eric on the canceled solo album. So, like, does Eric Stefani make an appearance? Like, even a brief one?
I mean, that would be really cool.
Probably not, but that would...
No one would know who that is.
Oh, my gosh. People would. Like, maybe not younger people, but... or people who just don't know, like, deeply how the band formed and all that stuff. But so anyway, we're excited. Are you excited? Do you have any like inside information for us?
Who would have inside information?
Some people know things out there on the internet.
Okay. Well, even if they did, I wouldn't believe it if it was in our comments. I want to hear about like, what song are you most excited to hear? Yeah. They come back, they're playing live for the first time in so long. What are you excited to hear? I'm probably I want to hear some of the rock steady stuff that was like the Rick Ocasek produced tracks.
Oh yeah.
I really like those. That's like my favorite No Doubt stuff, when it's a little more like 80s rock.
Yeah.
I really like those.
Yeah.
Platinum
Blonde Life. Yeah. One of my favorite No Doubt songs for sure.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. I hope it makes it onto the set. I know it wasn't like a single or whatever.
Kind of a deep cut. Probably not gonna, but
probably
hey,
not.
Putting our word in for you.
I mean, they probably have like a 90-minute set at least, maybe even a little longer. And I know we're not getting into like personal life stuff, but I just want to say, please no Blake Shelton appearance.
Yeah, please.
That would be just not fitting in what this is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It would be odd. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to end it. We done?
Let's end it. We're done.
All right. This is not every single. I'm Joe.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we're just going to leave you with the most important question, the one everyone's thinking right now. The headlines are everywhere. What does this mean for the future of Dream Car?
Ooh.